Okay, good morning. Happy Monday, August 17th, 2026. Here for another day of trading. Just going to go over last week's notes real quick. So it looks like we had a big runner on Friday, Belgium, drug manufacturing healthcare, and a Canada software tech. Other than that, it looked to be a pretty quiet day. Still a bunch of bottom bouncers hitting these all-time lows. So hoping we get some pickup from these all-time lows. Not great to see small cap stocks scraping the bottom so much, but hopefully this is it. Hopefully we kind of get a turnaround this year. I know it's been rough on everyone, especially those doing business. And yeah, so we'll see what we've got. See a couple news alerts. We just got one for IVF, so we'll take a look at that. So yeah, it is Monday, so being careful, watching, looking for patterns, looking for trends, and taking it easy, not really hitting the gas on any trade necessarily unless it looks to be a really good setup. But yeah, looking forward to seeing what we have this week. Let's jump in. Moves at 26%. Still early in the cycle. Let's see what we're looking like this morning. A bunch of news alerts on TRIG. There's just no volume yet. Nothing here. Looks like Q2 update on IVF. We'll take a look at that. So already big run. IVF has been quiet. It kind of got stomped down after that initial run. I've been watching it. It kind of cracked under $1 into the 90-cent range. It looks like we just got a push. I forgot if IVF was a recent reverse split or not. If it was, I think it was a while ago. March. Okay, so March 26. So yeah, interesting. We did see last week some Q2s driving volume, Q2 updates. So definitely have a contender here, and it did not close under 75 cents. So we should get potentially some halts, but not as many as if it would close under that range. So it looks like a lower twos area on the fib grid here. And then one at 180. But yeah, still not much longer term support. Let's see if I can find a 180. 70s. Yeah, kind of a 180. That's so you got those two supports. IVF, just to check it for dilution, US medical devices, fertility, warrants are high, no direct dilution threats. It's pretty extended, but we've seen these extended ones still get some force, so I could potentially take a shot here, like ideally under 210. Most ideally into the 190s. Okay, anyways, moving on. We'll come back to that one. Check our first day watchers. Looks like an interesting kind of trend on Xena. So yeah, not much there. Check the Asian list real quick, see if we're still getting volume there. The Chinese, Hong Kong, Taiwan, Malaysia have been persistent throughout the year. Guess not much there. Check on Israel. Guess not much. Alright, so just have a couple here. Actually, just one first day so far. So I'm not going to be trading day 2. Here's a day 3. Yeah, probably not going to be trading that one. We'll come back to them later. PsyQ is done. Repurchase Catalyst. US software. Float 25 mil. So repurchase catalysts are usually good. So might just keep an eye on it, although it is kind of burnt out by now. It had its big run, another run Friday. So they're really trying to get it moving with their updates. I think they want it towards the $7 to be able to cash warrants. They have some, not registered. So yeah, could be trying to drive price to be able to cash out their warrants. Okay. So that's that. Get to the scan, 6:05 a.m. So I'm going to try to hurry up through these, see if I can save myself some time towards the end. priced, but it did get some volume pre-market. Next one. I got a weird looking bounce here. It's high priced, so I don't need to bother with it. Q2 update on AMZE. Very low volume. So misses estimate. Wow, so big sales estimate miss, massive. So not good news is Q2, but not good Q2. So I think, looks like the new trend will be US Q2 updates. Big run on IPST. Yeah, really big run on IPST. I'm not sure why, but it went from like $2 yesterday, $2.52 pre-market, and it's up at $8.71 right now. So I consider that parabolic. Let's see what IPST is. U.S. Beverages Consumer Defensive Wineries and Distilleries. So kind of random, but we did have a chocolate stock run. Was that last week? So these U.S. consumer defensive stocks coming back into play. I just want to see if IPST was a reverse split. Split April, so a while ago. It doesn't really count. So just a fresh run. Check it for dilution before I add it to my watch list. Cash positive. No direct threat of warrants. Warrants up at $4. So we'll just keep an eye on that one. Not trade it, but just watch it, see how it behaves. Usual volume. I've seen these already. So mixed SPR Israel. I'll just add it to my Israel watch list. Definitely not trading it today. Well, not definitely. Okay. So I think that is it for the scanner. Jersey, well. It's a huge pump and dump for some reason. Malaysia Industrials, so I'll add it. Watch list, but I don't know why it dumps so massively. Cash flow company, float 12 mil. So it could do something. It's pretty big slam there. Big volume up. Looks like 4 mil, and then just slam. If we look at the long-term chart, looks like it got some power off this recent dip to 0.16. So people are probably trying to cover or get out of their positions maybe. Pre-market, we're still near all-time lows. Which all-time lows are not too far away at 169. Yeah. It looks like a heavy scoop that could potentially get volume today. Okay, I'll come back to that. Check this list. We have TRUG. Looks like we got volume here, pre-market, some after hours, above 500K. So it looks like it already touched this support here at 130. So a couple plays potentially here. True Golf. Let me just check it for information. U.S. consumer tech. Cash positive. Warrants high. Warrants at 276. So contender. Looks like lower 120s into 140. Let's see if it. Looks like potentially right there. Huh, this doesn't really line up with that thing. Or does it? Let's see, 117. It's a pretty big spill if it did make it to the 120, so potentially that double bottom at 130s. I'll just watch it. Okay, so got that. UCL. So it looks like they announced a big repurchase or share repurchase program. UCL China Telecom Comms. Okay, just gonna watch it for now. There's a big scoop. MYSZ. They had a Q2 run after hours Friday, I think, right? Q2. Yeah, 8:14. So Q2. Israel. Why didn't I see this on my? Okay. Just gonna consider it within 10 minutes now of market open 6:21. So I need to get in the groove. SLE. Some mixed Q2 on Friday. And for some reason got a good burst of volume pre-market. US comms, internet, cash positive, warrants high, except 1 cent warrants. Okay, so bit dilutive with those. SLE looks like a potential scoop. But where are we? So coming off these all-time lows. Which is okay. Yeah, potential scoop here at 270 to VWAP. But no catalyst. Just mixed Q2 from Friday. So it looks like US stocks coming back into play this cycle. Which is good to see because they've been getting beat down this entire year, it seems. But yeah, good volume this morning. Just gonna get used to my list here and see what the best options are. Yeah, MYSZ looks pretty good. Potential entry around 357 early. But since it's a little high for me now, could potentially move down into my territory, which is sub 3. So if it does get down here, consider an entry around the 280s. Most likely, I think it'll do the scoop pattern, kind of pull maybe slightly, and give you a nice push to VWAP. Potentially pre-market highs. We just don't know how strong the week is going to be yet. So I'll take a single there. Looking at IDF, what's the top option? Get them into the low 2s, potentially 190 area. like you did get a catalyst, but it's already kind of blown out and extended, or just, yeah, so take a look at it later. This is that weird Chinese one that got slammed. So yeah, mostly just to watch there. Potential area 140, potential 150. Yeah, looks good right here for an early pull to the green line. Let's kind of look at the volume. It's a pretty healthy volume, over 200K. I could definitely see a potential pull of 152. For an early entry. Let's kind of look at that 148. So yeah, still pretty extended though. Since it's Monday, let's just watch it. I think it does look tempting though. I got 270 here. And that IVF. So yeah, a couple options. Even IVF looks a bit high right there. No, I mean, it's low enough. AGRZ could get one of those crazy squeezes potentially. So 2 seconds. Just see how the open looks. Macros opened red. Yeah, I don't really think this one's gonna go down there, so just gonna take that off my radar. Looks like we're getting push on SLE. Potential 270s on SLE. Okay, so quick profit there, not too convicted, but it could get that pushed back up. So just a couple cents on that. I just don't want it to fall through. It looks like it is going to push. So yeah, it is Monday, so just being careful and watching, not getting too tempted. Looks like I already got a bounce on IVF with good volume, almost a mil, 900K. So IVF is a contender for sure. Looks like we just hit 148 here, which was the targeted entry. But next stop would be the 117. UCL. Still potential lower 140s. We got too many supports drawn here. So yeah, good pushes, SLE, IVF. So yeah, not sure how the backsides are going to behave just yet. Typically the US stocks give safer backsides than the Chinese ones, for example. So it looks like a little push to 154. It could snap down farther. It looks like it might pull to the lower 140s if it doesn't recover. I don't know if how big the cracks are going to be just yet. It looks fairly optimistic to me, so. We'll see, looks like SLE just got to VWAP. Yeah, not sure how the backsides are going to behave just yet though. Still good volume. An SLE. Looks like True Golf is stuck there. Might get a fear or a panic. I don't know if it's going to make it as low as 125. So it would be either the 130s area in here, could push up, or down to the 117 spot. So whatever, we'll just go watch it. Over time, got a pull on SLE. Might touch the 290s. Looks like huge volume, but it's sub 500K on each candle. I think SLE was internet comms, yeah, US. So could get a bounce. IVF has a much bigger volume. Potential little crux here in this mess of lines. If it doesn't get knocked down, yeah, because it is still extended, very extended, very extended. This one, what was it again? Oh, this is at China, UCL. So you had an idea at 84 cents. I think that was on the longer term support. Just a 10-day. But yeah, I just don't. I mean, it looks like it already worked. But I'm just not feeling it, at least today. That high. Okay, so it looks like TRUG got that push. Decent. Just a little early, it got kind of choppy right in there. So it looks like AGRZ is moving with volume. So it's not getting diluted. Okay, so IVF corrected through 240 pretty severely. So glad I didn't consider that today. So now we're looking at lower supports, I think. Yeah, big fall, big panic through from 268, 270s really, to 226. So interesting. Looks like a continued push on TRUG. And just gonna check the scanner, see if anything else came up. YYAI I did notice this morning. But it looks like it looks like a reverse split. What am I doing? It's too big of a gap. So yeah, there's a nice push for TRUG through VWAP. Which is, ooh, yeah, nice one. Could hit pre-market highs. So just got to break out. It's a really nice blast. Big volume pouring in right now. Almost a mil, over a mil. No, almost a mil. Oh, yep, just crossed a mil. Yeah. So, I think good idea. It's just early. And got kind of choppy right there. So now just kind of looking at these potential backside plays. So it looks like here we're looking at the lower twos. Again, I don't know why I put something at 180. Why did I do that? Let's remove it. So IVF, looking at 370, or yet lower twos. Potential pull here. To 157. So IVF, we got 370 there. Potential entry on AGRZ, pretty, I think low risk, I would say. Right there, like 0.21, but it could crack through. It is a Chinese one, so I'm not very convicted. Looks like got a green line pull to 152, like we said. And a nice crisp bounce back up to the 160s, it looks like. Looks like next stop would be 140s, low 140s. To the kind of 130s area. Be a pretty nice tuck right there. I think 130 could potentially be better, these lower 130s, just because it looks like it has a lot of ground to cover. If it were to make it to the 120s, then that'd be a pretty big panic. So just keep watching. We see which support. So 130 is at the 38% support. So that might be a more reasonable entry. Although it is extended. But ideally, I like IVF more. I prefer that this one cracks through to this area. UCL not looking too strong. I think we said there was a China, right? Yeah, China. Telecom. I think it was AGRZ also. So I'm getting confused. We had actually. Oh no, that's Malaysia. So I'm really not going to be trading that one. Potential double bottom at 148, but I'd like to see it crack and kind of panic down a bit. Looks like it is getting pretty snappy right there. But if we just get kind of some bigger sell-off, maybe shorts might be piling in right now, and they'll want to cover somewhere in here. Some might get aggressive and try to drive it down to the lower 120s, 117 area. Yeah, looks like a good entry here at 0.77. UCL. But since it's Chinese, we're near the bottom. It's Monday. I just don't want to risk getting slammed this morning because it could do anything. Although, if I were to take a trade, it would be right here. Potentially tomorrow if we're showing some follow through on these Chinese stocks. So, might regret it, but I'd rather stay safe, at least today. But yeah, look at that. Nice. Got a morning bounce, patient morning bounce, not too quick. It just got a little choppy on that pull. And then had a push from 148 all the way up to 177. That's a really nice early move. So 6:58. It's been about 30 minutes since the market has been open. Yeah, not too much left. Check the scan. There's that kind of 357 entry, but no big spike yet on my size. But with the scoop pattern, sometimes it'll be kind of a quiet open and then a big push of volume, like at whatever time. So pretty slow movement, but decent volume. So not big moves up, not big moves down yet, except here. That cracked at 227. So this one does fall through. So definitely be patient and wait on IVF. Looks like TRUG did that sort of double bottom thing off that 150 area. Not too high of a push just yet. But yeah, I still like to see it crack through to the lower 130s. Okay, so we did get that push on UCL off 0.77. It looks like it is going to curl. It's still not huge volume, but it's a pretty cool area. And then I could break 84 and hopefully squeeze up here somewhere. That's what I'd like to see. I don't know if it's going to happen or not, if there's enough momentum in the market right now to sustain those moves, but we will see. Okay, so just broke through that support. Or I guess 85 is technically up here. So yeah, good. Looks like got a little mini scoop on SLE. But yeah, other than that, I might just hang around for a while and see if any of these do end up falling through within the next like hour or so, and update in the description if I do take any more trades. But yeah, good open, fairly calm, good early push on TRUG. And yeah, so I think I will close it down unless anything happened. No, nothing yet. So yeah, I'll just go ahead and close it down. have a great Monday, great rest of the week. I intend to continue this, so should see you here tomorrow. So yeah, thank you for listening and watching.